Hi, my name is Allison Boyer, and I'm Head of Youth Services at Loudoun District Library. Tonight we have a special guest. Her name is Carol McCloud. She wrote a book called Have You Filled a Bucket Today? And it is a story that talks about the importance of sharing kindness, appreciation, and love by filling others' buckets with kindness. They're just invisible buckets, and there's all sorts of different things that you can do to just put a smile on another's face. I hope you have the copy of your book to read along, but if you don't have a copy of your own, you can always check out a copy at Loudoun District Library, Spring Lake District Library, or if you can, maybe even purchase a copy at the Bookman. But first, we have a few words from Hadley Strang, who is the president of Grand Haven Community Foundation. Welcome.
This year is the Grand Haven Area Community Foundation's 50th birthday. And to celebrate, we gave the book, Have You Filled a Bucket Today, by Carol McCloud, to every second grader in our community. Education is an important priority for the foundation. That's why we actively promote literacy for everyone in our community. We hope that you have enjoyed reading and learning over the summer. We'd like to give a bucket filler thank you to the SHAPE Corporation Fund, a component fund of the GHACF, for purchasing the book so that all of you can read along. Our local libraries and schools and the Bookman for helping us with the community book read, and Carol McCloud for taking the time to read her book to us. Now cuddle up with your favorite blanket and enjoy the story.
Hello, Grand Haven area families. My name is Carol McCloud, and I'm so excited to be here with you tonight. You know, I've read my book, the book that I wrote, many times and in many different situations, but I've never read it from my bed in my bedroom. And I'm excited to be doing this with you today. So here I am with my teddy bear, Buddy the Bucket Filler. He has on his Fill a Bucket shirt. He is a bucket filler. I'm here with my favorite blankie that actually says, happiness is reading with a warm blanket. And I love my favorite blankie. And I also have here my hot cocoa in case I want to take a little sip when I'm reading the book. So let me tell you that I get to read to you the book that I have with me, but I understand that this wonderful group of people from the Grand Haven Area Community Foundation has given every one of you one of the copies of my book. So you can read along with me in case you can't see exactly all the words and pictures that I'm going to be reading for you today. So let me tell you a little bit about it before I get started. First, I told you that I wrote the words, so I'm the author. I didn't draw the pictures. They were drawn by my friend, David Messing. And I gave the title of this book a question. And the question is, have you filled a bucket today? Now, a lot of people don't know what that means, but this book is going to teach you what it means. And I asked my friend Dave to draw a man on the cover of this page, someone who looked like my grandfather, because my grandfather was the person who taught me most about how important it is to treat everyone with respect. And he said to me when I was young, he says, if you treat all people with respect, you'll always be happy. So let's see what this book is about, filling buckets. Let's get started. I'm going to read to you the words and show you as much of the pictures that I can from my bed. So let's get started. All day long, everyone in the whole wide world walks around carrying an invisible bucket. So Dave Messing drew people from all around the world, and as you can see, everyone looks different on the outside. And the only thing that they have in common is they're all carrying a bucket. You can't see it, but it's there. And if you could see my bucket right now, it would be filling up with hearts and stars because I'm so excited to be here today reading you my book. You have a bucket. Each member of your family has a bucket. Now here's a little secret for you. This is not your family. Your family does not look like that. But this is actually a drawing from a picture of my brother's family 15 years ago. My brother Matthew and his wife, and they have 3 children in their family. And who else do they have here? Their little dog, Newman. And everyone has a bucket. Your grandparents, friends, and neighbors all have buckets. Everyone carries an invisible bucket. Your bucket has one purpose only. Its purpose is to hold your good thoughts and good feelings about yourself. You feel happy and good when your bucket is full, and you feel sad and lonely when your bucket is empty. Other people feel the same way too. They're happy when their buckets are full, and they're sad when their buckets are empty. It's great to have a full bucket, and this is how it works. Other people can fill your bucket, and you can fill theirs. You can fill your own bucket too. So, how do you fill a bucket? You fill a bucket when you show love to someone, when you say or do something kind, or even when you give someone a smile. So I'm going to give you a smile right now, and I hope that smile fills your bucket. A bucket filler is a loving, caring person who says and does nice things to make others feel special. When you treat others with kindness and respect, you fill their bucket. Uh-oh, what's next here? Ooh, I gotta get this page turned. But you can also dip into a bucket and take out some good feelings. You dip into a bucket when you make fun of someone, when you say or do mean things, or even when you ignore someone. That's bucket dipping. And as you can see here, these 2 girls have their dippers out, and they're taking some of the happiness out of their classmate's bucket. And all of her good thoughts and feelings, the hearts and stars, they're on the ground. That's bucket tipping. Bullying is bucket tipping. When you hurt others, you dip into their bucket. You will dip into your own bucket too. Many people who dip have an empty bucket. They may think they can fill their own bucket by dipping into someone else's, but that will never work. You never fill your own bucket when you dip into someone else's. But guess what? When you fill someone's bucket, you fill your own bucket too. You feel good when you help others feel good. All day long, we are either filling up or dipping into each other's buckets by what we say and what we do. Try to fill a bucket and see what happens. You love your mom and dad. Why not tell them you love them? You can even tell them why. Your caring words will fill their buckets with joy. Watch for smiles to light up their faces. You will feel like smiling too. A smile is a good clue that you have filled a bucket. If you practice, you'll become a great bucket filler. Just remember that everyone carries an invisible bucket, and think of what you could say or do to fill it. Here are some ideas for you. You could smile and say hi to the bus driver. He has a bucket too. You could invite the new kid at school to play with you. You could write a thank you note to your teacher, and you could tell your grandpa that you like spending time with him. There are many ways to fill a bucket, and I think you can think of lots of other ways to fill buckets too. Bucket filling is fun and easy to do. It doesn't matter how young or old you are. It doesn't cost money. It doesn't take much time. And remember, when you fill someone else's bucket, you fill your own bucket too. When you're a bucket filler, you make your home, your school, and your neighborhood better places for all. Bucket filling makes everyone feel good. So, why not decide to be a bucket filler today and every day? Just start each day by saying to yourself, I'm going to do something to fill someone's bucket today. And at the end of each day, ask yourself, did I fill a bucket today? Yes, I did. That's the life of a bucket filler, and that's you. Isn't that a simple little idea to think about? Whose bucket can you fill? Have you filled a bucket today? And you know, if you practice with your family and your friends and your classmates, you will become a great bucket filler. So I want to thank you, families, for taking time out of your busy schedule. Thank you for being interested in creating your own bucket filling family. And thank you, Grand Haven Area Community Foundation, for the honor that you gave me to read my book, the book that I wrote, to your community. Sleep tight, bucket fillers. Don't forget to fill a bucket tomorrow. Bye for now.
Wasn't that a wonderful story? I know I'm all ready to be a bucket filler now. You know, I wonder, do you know anyone in your life that could use their bucket filled? And I wonder how it would feel if our own buckets were filled. Or if the whole community, if everyone's buckets were filled. Oh, that would be wonderful, I think. Well, maybe as we all go to sleep tonight, we think about different ways we can fill other people's buckets, or maybe even who we could fill. I have an idea in my brain already. Maybe you do too. But as you go to sleep, think about it. But I want to thank you for joining all of this, and I hope you have a good night. Bye.